there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. Happy Monday, everybody. I have a really cute card for you today. I'm calling it a stadium card. I don't know if that's what anybody else calls it, but that's what it looks like to me, and that's what I'm going to make for you today. Now, I'm going to do something stupid today, and I'm going to try and create on the fly, which is not normal for me. Usually I have a sample card for you, and I show you the sample card, and I recreate it again. And I do have a few cards that I've made using the stadium, and I'll show you those at the end. But I'm going to make you a stadium card today, and I'm going to use this Garden Meadow Suite collection, whichever it is. And I want to show you real quick before I start what the Garden Meadows collection looks like. So it has, of course, the stamp set, because that's what we all live for, is the stamps and ink, right? And then it has these dies that match, and we're going to use most of the dies in the on the card today. And these dies, I just want to show you, it has 15 dies in here, and it has, well, you can see the big arc. I'm not going to try to take it out. It has these, what I call edge dies, that create, I think this is a rock and some grass and some bushes. It has the standalone die like the fence, and then the rest of the dies, I think the rest of the dies cut out all the little images in the stamp set. So it's a really nice die set, stamp set, bundle, collection, whatever. I think I've cut out all the pieces that we need from the dies just to save some time on the video. And then it comes, the collection includes, I should say, this really pretty designer series paper that, of course, one of Stampin' Up's artisans drew, and look at how pretty all those landscape kind of papers are. And then the backs, I think, are just as pretty too. Looky there. So let's pick a paper that we're going to use. Well, I have one in mind. I've thought about it a lot, because like I said, I'm really nervous that I'm going to try to stamp on the fly. But I think this one here, we're going to use this here. The other thing in the collection is, of course, the beautiful dragonfly and birds embellishments. I don't know exactly what I can tell you. They're called the adhesive-backed dragonflies and birds. And then it has ribbon in the collection that is the striped, and it has some pecan pie stripes through the ribbon, if you can see that. Now, we're not going to use the ribbon today, but I've used ribbon in the other thing. It's really nice and soft, ties nice bows, la-di-la-di-la-di-da-di. Let's go ahead and get started with the card, okay? So I have pieces and parts here, and I have to tell you the measurements that I'm going to use on the card are from Ink Something Crafty. She did a really cute card. If you get a chance to go check her out, that's where I got my measurements from. And I'm going to stick with her measurements because, hey, if it works, let's just go with that. Now, this, I told you, is one of those dies from the die set. I think we're going to use this on the card because normally you would start with the back of the card. This is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. Now, before I go on with my measurements, because sometimes I say the wrong thing, you can go to my blog, or I like to call it my gallery, because blogging to me is all about typing words and long sentences and paragraphs, which I don't do. I'm a woman of few words. So really it's more like a gallery, and you can go to my gallery, and I'll have the picture on there soon. Like I said, I'm going to create the card now. Right now it's just a picture of my granddaughter and I. But if you go there, all the measurements and supplies are there. The link is in the description below. But you can click on the picture and then click on view instructions, and that's where you'll see all the cards I'm going to show you at the end. And like I said, all the measurements for the card are on there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to try. But so I'm going to start. My back piece should be 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, but I'm going to use this little piece here. So I'm going to take this out. I'm not going to use this. I'll save that for scraps for later. And I'm going to use this designer series paper, and I'm going to put this over, and this will be the back, except really I'd rather use something like that. But oh, looky, there we go. This is what I'm going to use. This is going to be the back of my card. So let's cut that down to size and get that the size that we need. So like I said, 4 1/4, I have to think, by 3 1/2. I'm going to go ahead first of all and just glue this piece onto here because it's too long. We're going to have to cut it down. And like I said, this video might be horrendous. It might take a little bit of time, but I think it's going to work. I'm going to keep trying. So like I said, I'm going to just take some liquid glue here And I put my green glue in a precision bottle. Just makes it a little bit easier so you don't get a ton of glue where you don't want it. Right, and I'm going to take this and glue it onto that corner because we're going to use the other pieces for other, hopefully, other parts of the card. So there, I'm going to just glue that just like that. And now let's cut this down to the right size. Now I believe this is already 3.5 and we just need to cut that down. Can you see what I'm doing here? Oh, well, here we go. There we go. There, now it's 3.5. Look how cute. This is going to be so cute. And I'll show you what I'm talking about for the back of the card. I've never done something quite like this. I've used designer series paper on the back and all that, but I'll show you the other samples and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut this down right here. So now it's the same size as, whoops, not this one as what the back of the card usually is, but now it's going to be really pretty and set up. Okay, so I don't need that piece now anymore. Now I have other scraps here, and I believe I need a scrap that is 2 3/8 there. And then I need 2 of them really. So I'm going to cut my paper down to 2 3/8, and then I'm going to score it at 2. And this is just saving time because really I need 2 of these. And this way if I score once and then cut these down to 2, so I have 2 of them left. So 1, and there's 2. Okay, let's do some more paper cutting really quick before we get started so I have all my pieces. We'll use that later. I need strips for the front of my pieces that are 3/8 of an inch. And I think I'm even going to turn my paper this way. I need 3 of them, hopefully. Nope, I'm going to have to get another piece of paper because I'm not going to have enough. But there, so we go 1. Well, and you know, before I cut those down, I'm going to get that other piece of paper and cut them so they're the same direction as the last piece. Let me find another one of that. I told you this might be, in fact, I'm really nervous because I do not do this on the fly. I usually have all my stuff prepped, but we're going to cut this down. So I have the bottom. Yes, I want to cut these. I want 3 strips of these. They need to be 3/4 of an inch. We're going to just put this to decorate the strips on the front of our card. And I know you're like, I don't know what you're making, Kathy, but hopefully you'll just trust me. 3 of those. 1, 2, 3/4 of an inch. And these all need to be 3 1/4 inches long. So I'm going to just stack them up there and stamp those, or cut those at 3/4 of an inch. So now we have those ready. I need 2 more pieces that are 1 3/4 inch square. So let me see. Let's go. I'm really going to waste paper on this card, but it's okay. It's going to be beautiful when we're all done. And you know, I think I like this side better. I'm going to cut it here 3/4. And is this 3.5? Yeah, we can cut this down to 3.5 and get both sides out of this one. Because like I said, we need 2 3/4 inch squares for what I'm going to call the side. Okay, and those would be just fine. Okay, do I have all my, nope, I need 1 more. Okay, so this piece I know is 3 inches by 4 inches, and we need this, nope, 4 1/4. There we go. I have all the measurements on my gallery, don't worry. And I'm going to score this at 1, 2, 3/8 inch on both sides, because really I need 3, 1, 2, hang on, I have to count, 3/8 inch, because really I need 4 strips at 1 inch by 4 1/4, and all of them scored at 3 1/8 on each side. And this way you just score once, and then you can cut them down, and now they're all the right size, scored in the right place. There we go. A lot of talk for a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to put this too far because now we need to just do some angle trimming for our sides. I'm going to bring in my ruler here, these 2. And I'm going to take, I call it my magic pen. Really, this is just an erasable pen. And I use that to make my little marks, and I'll show you why in just a second. So we need to find the center. And on this one, it's an easy one. It's 2 inches. So I'm going to put a little mark here at 1 inch on both of them. try to take my time and get it nice and so it's perfect in the center. And then this one, and I hope we can see it, I want it to go this way, so I'm going to make my little mark, and I turned it over so it's on the back. And this one we're going to make a little mark at 7/8 of an inch, and that's really the half point mark. Oh, and I can see it. I don't know if you can see it either, but it'll be okay, trust me. And this one, when you have directional paper like this, it makes it a little harder because you want to make sure that it stays in the right direction. Although this pattern, it's hard to tell the directions. Okay, now we need to trim those off. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer here, and I'm going to line up my little pin mark with this score line, and I'm going to cut at an angle here. I have both of them lined up with the groove of my trimmer, and I'm going to just take it here. I can still see them, and I'm going to slice that off so it looks like that. Okay, now this one's going to go this way. So I want this one because I like to keep those bumps of the score line on the inside of my fold. So this one needs to go this way. Is that right? Yep, that's right. If not, we'll cut some more paper and I'll try it again. So we're going to slice this one. So now we have the two little pieces that look like that, right? Now we need to take these pieces, and these are going to layer on here. So I want to make sure, if I can see, there's my little pin mark. So I want to cut, no, because it's going to go this way. I'm going to cut this, the same kind of angle from the corner down to my little pin mark. And hopefully with my big fingers and my trimmer, I can hold it and lay that down, making sure I can still see it. So this one now is going to go, although I really like that side, maybe we'll keep that side. Let's see which side I like better on this one. Nope, I like this side better. So we're going to have this one go this way. So I want to find my little pin mark. I'm going to make it's going to go this way. Yep, this way. I don't know. But I want to cut it the opposite of what I did so it fits on my paper. And I think this is right. This is the direction. When you have non-directional paper, it's really easy. You just cut them and you set them on there. But now, there we go. Now I have my little papers like this. Now we need to get rid of those little pin marks that I put on there. And I called it my magic pen because when you use an erasable pen, it's the friction or the heat that erases the little pin marks. So I'm going to just take my heat tool here, and can you see those little pin marks? Watch, because they'll just disappear with the heat from my tool, and now I don't have to worry about those little pin marks showing up on my project. Love that pen. That's just a little trick someone taught me that I think is great. Okay, so let's go on here. I'm going to fold on those score lines. Oop, I don't want to use that bone folder. That bone folder has, believe it or not, sentimental value, and I don't want to use that bone folder. That was my mother's, and she wrote her name on there, and her name in some green marker, and every time I use it, a little bit more of her penmanship, I guess you'd call it, on that card, or on that bone folder go away. Well, anyway, long story. And I lost my mother. I don't want to lose her writing on that bone folder. That was way too much information. Okay, so normally on a card like this, you would put the designer series paper over this edge here so you would hide it, right? But on this one, since I put the designer series paper behind this, I'm going to go ahead and trim off that little edge here so you can't see it. I don't want to see that on my card. I didn't realize I'd have to do that, but I think it's going to work this way. And when I show you my other samples, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see now. Okay, we're going to take this now. I'm going to use my silicone mat just to protect my work surface. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that tab there now. And I'm going to line this up on this side, top and bottom, make sure and I get it straight. And you can't see that little tab underneath. And now it looks like that, right? Now we're going to cover that up so we won't see that either. I hope. I got my fingers crossed. I didn't think about that when I decided to put the designer series paper under what I call the back of our card. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, this side, we're going to do the same thing over here and cover this one up. Make sure they fold, and now we have what we'll call the sides of our stadium card, like that. And so far, so good. While we're at it, let's go ahead and put our little sides to our card box, whatever this is called, these little pieces of designer series paper right here on the edge. Like that. And this one, whoops, no, this goes here. Make sure I put the glue on the right side, right? This one might be a totally different color, but I think it's still going to look, no, it's not the different color. It's going to look just fine. And look how pretty now those sides of our card are, like that. Yay! So far, so good. Okay, let's work on these strips. These are our 1 inch by 4 1/4. Remember, I scored them at 3/8 of an inch on each side. I'm going to go ahead and fold these over, just so I can, when I put my designer series paper on there, I can get it centered so it looks nice. Okay, now 3 little strips. Just get some tape runner. Make sure I got them the right way so the little flowers aren't upside down, although it's kind of hard to tell. There we go. And this one's going to look like that. Okay. Oh, but look at that. Look how pretty that is. Maybe we want to check the other side. This designer series paper is nice. You can use either side. I'm going to do them like this. Okay. Well, put that one centered in there. Like that. This one. Slowly but surely, here we go. We're going to have the most beautiful card with all the work. Okay, this one here. There we go. Now we need to angle these little sides. So I'm going to just take it that score line, and I've made a bunch of these. I've never really measured it. I guess you could lay the cardstock, these little pieces back on there if you want to get the both sides exactly the same, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to come up here and snip these at an angle. Okay, now these little pieces are going to be what becomes the hold the sides together. So now we need to add those to our card, and I'm going to start with the bottom one. So which one do I like the most? That's the one that's going to show the most. I think I'm going to use this one. I like this one. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that tab. And I'm going to line this up. Let's get rid of him with this side here. Making sure now that it's straight across the bottom here. Looks pretty good. It still folds this way. I didn't get any glue where I don't want it here because I don't want it to stick down to my card. And now we have that base there. Okay, now we're going to put another one up here at the top that lines up with this score line here and the little angle that you cut here. So a little bit more glue on the tab. And I'm going to take this one. Like I said, I'm going to line it up with the score line here and the top of my angle here. Can you see that? Let me put it up here so you can see. Making sure again that when I open or I fold it, it's straight, right? It's going to go straight with this score line over here. And it's kind of looks good down here, right? So now we have our 2 on there. Now we need to do this one in the center here. So a little bit more glue on the tab here. And this one's a little bit tricky, and mine, they're never like perfect angled or centered between the two, but I'm going to take it again here and I'm going to line it up with that angle here, and it looks like it's about in the center of the 2, and I'm going to glue that. Before that glue dries though, I'm going to take it here and see, it looks pretty good this way. It looks straight. We want it to be straight, and then I'm going to just pressure and hold that glue, let it do its job, and now I have those 3 pieces there. Yeah? So far, so good. Okay, now we need to glue. I'm going to make sure that's stuck down really good. We need to glue this side, so we're just going to fold that over. We're going to put a little bit of glue. Now I'm going to make sure too that this here doesn't touch the score line. We need to have room to work, right? We can't have it too long, but if you cut your pieces like I did, it tends to work. So a little bit of glue on these tabs here. And then you fold that over. And then before that glue's totally set, I'm going to bend it this way carefully. Don't let one of them move. Hang on. You got to put him back. All right, fine. Put him back this way. He moved. I don't want him to move. But I do want to make sure, there we go, that it folds open or folds both ways. And there's no glue holding it down, so we're pretty good. Although something feels sticky. Nope, must be my imagination. There we go. Looky there. So now we have, there you go, that there is a stadium card. Is that cute? Now we need to decorate it, right? So let's go ahead. I brought in that stamp set. Now last night, to prepare for my video, I went ahead and stamped a bunch of those little images and colored them and die cut them, and I'm all ready for us now. Let me show you what I have here. So I have a little fence or a gate, the cute little water can. I did a bunch of these little flowers because I'm probably going to use 2 or 3 on my card. I have the little basket of flour, the little quail, a couple of those, I think those are called rakes. This one though, this one's bad. We're not going to use him. He's not die cut very well. Then I have a bunch of these, I don't know my flowers. I call them lilacs, but I don't think that's what those are. But they're purple, so maybe they are. I have the wheelbarrow. Here's a little shovel. This one's cut better. Let's not use that one. A few more of these flowers. And we're going to use all of these little pieces now to decorate our card. Now look, I didn't cut him very well, but we might just hide that other side under another piece so we can still use him. I think that the wheelbarrow needs to go in the back. He's pretty big, right? Maybe he's too big. Maybe we need to put him right here. Yeah, let's do the wheelbarrow. I'm going to wait on the wheelbarrow. He looks really big. I didn't realize how big he was until just now. Maybe we put the fence here and we put a little weed, I'm going to call it right there. Yeah, let's start with that. Okay, so I'm going to just put a little bit of glue along the bottom, making sure I want it this way. So this is the bottom. I'm going to take a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to put him on that last strip of paper before the back. Like this. Now, let me tell you another secret, I guess, about this card is that when you're gluing stuff on, you have to make sure this still fits in an envelope. And depending on which way you want to slip your card into an envelope, you can't go past this area, but you can go into this area. Now, if you're going to do your card this way, you can't go past this area, I mean with your little pieces, but you have all this area to work with and have them hang off your card. I think my card's going to go this way because I want to take these little flowers here, and I think I'm going to use 2 of them, and they might hang off the edge this way. Hope that makes sense. But I'm even going to take a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to put a little bit on my card so I know where to place my flower here. And I'm going to set him right there. Look how cute that is so far. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so he's on there. But now I think I even want to take one more of those little flowers and place it there too. Maybe down there. What do you think? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue on the bottom here. A little bit of glue on the side of this one because we're going to cover him up a little bit. And then we'll set this little flower down there. Whoop. Stay put. That's another thing is you can't go past this score line here when you're gluing stuff in, because when you close it this way, it has to be able to, and you know what, he's too high. I want him a little bit lower. Right at that score line. There we go. And now he looks like that. Pretty cute, right? Whoop, I threw my card. So far, I think I'm doing okay, considering how nervous I was. Now, I think that I want to put. I know I want to use my water can and my little red boots, but I also want to use these little quails here. So I think I might put my little quail here and my little water can here. And then on the front here, I'm going to stamp that little happy birthday here and put that on the front with maybe one of these little flowers here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that ready so I can set it up and see what I want to do. So I have a little scrap here. I'm going to use just black Memento ink. I think I have it. Yep, I have it here too. Get that little birthday or happy birthday out of here. And Karen and Amy, I see you and I appreciate you being here. And yes, there are so many possibilities with this card. And I have 5 other samples to show you at the end of the video what I've done. And I think they are stinking cute. And it just dawned on me, oh my gosh, I don't have my paper trimmer, or I mean my stamp and cut and emboss machine. So give me 2 seconds while I go get my machine. Shame on me. Usually he's right here at my desk. That didn't take a second. Okay, I'm going to use the little guy here. I'm going to set my paper on here. Bring in those cute little dies that I love. I think I'm going to use this one and lay it here. Yes, look how it cuts it out perfect, right? We'll use a little bit of Post-it tape and we'll hold that in place. Put our other plate on top. Now remember, when you're using the little cut and emboss machine, you want to make sure you stagger your plates. That will just make your life so much easier when you're trying to cut these little pieces. Okay. Run that through there. And then we have a little tag that's just perfect with that little happy birthday. Yay, love it. Okay, so I think I want that to be here. Where did my little flowers go? With my little flowers. Yeah, I think so too. Let's find some mini dimensionals here. Here we go. And I'm going to put some mini dimensionals right here on the back. This way, if I put this on first, I can see where I want those little quail. Whoop. And that water can. And I still want to use my red boots. I thought those were adorable. Okay, so let's take our little happy birthday. The other nice thing is you can lay it flat like this, and you don't have to work on a bumpy card. A couple dimensionals on our little, well, wait a minute. Do we want the bigger flowers down here? Because they could stand up like that. No, I think we want the little flowers down here. Or do we want both? Should we put both of the flowers on there? Whoop. Let's see if we want both flowers on there. Yep, I think I'm going to put this one flat. So a little glue. My glue bottle rolled away. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and put this one flat here on the edge. I'm going to put a little bit more glued up here. I was worried I went too high, but I think I have room for glue all the way here. Yes, and then we'll put this one up on dimensionals. Let's see how that looks together. Since I've got them all cut and ready to go, what do you think? That looks pretty cute, right? Okay, so now let's add some more to this here. In fact, I might take another one. Ooh, how about a basket of flowers? Yes, let's put a little basket of flowers. This is fun. All kinds of little pieces and parts already cut, and I can just add them to my card as I go. Or the water can. Wait, oh my gosh, decisions. Which one should I put there? Should I put the water can there? Should I put the boots here? Yeah, let's put the water can here. A little bit of glue on the back of that. And let's put the water can here. next to the fence. Make sure he's stuck down good. And then let's take this basket of flowers and set it somewhere in the center here. And you can still see all those pieces and parts. And then I think our red boots, maybe. Nope, I think the red boots aren't going to make the cut. Doggone it. But our little quail could go, maybe, decisions. Nope, we don't want the little flowers there. These little flowers, oh, I think I'm going to put some more little flowers here, and they'll be all in a row, but at different heights. That's going to look good. So let's take more of these little purple flowers and set them down here. And now look, we have all the little purple flowers in a row. We need something right here, and I think I'm going to go back to my red boots and just set them there. When you look at the card, you still should be able to see that little water can behind them. But let's put our little red boots right there. What do you think? Kind of covers up. Maybe if we put them a little bit lower. There we go. And we have our little red boots. And you can still see them over. Totally busy card. Okay, let's set all this stuff aside. Now I'm going to even add a couple more embellishments. I'm going to bring those little dragonfly and birds. Let's add a couple of those to our card. Now they have them going both ways, so maybe we'll put one going here. Here's the other way. Here we go. These little birds here. Oh, come on, little bird. Okay, maybe that won't work that way. Let's try this way. There we go. And a little bird here. He's kind of hidden there. I think I'm going to put another bird down here. And then we have all of our little birds flying around. There you go. Now you can see them like that. I think, though, a little dragonfly here would look cute resting on one of our little flowers. So I'm going to add a little dragonfly too. And now you can't have an odd number. So let me grab my other pack. Thank goodness when I saw I was getting low, I ordered one more. I'm going to put one more little dragonfly on there. Let me open. Okay. I'm going to put one more little dragonfly on another one of my little purple flowers down here. There we go, like that. Okay, so now normally you would turn your card over. You would take a piece of white. This would be the same size as my, well, a little bit shorter than the back. So this would be 4 by 3 1/4. However, I don't want to cover up all that beautiful designer series paper. So what I did was I got a scrap here, and I'm going to just use a punch. I'm going to punch out a little label like that. And this way I can add a little label down here at the bottom where I can write my message. Let's just add that on there. And then I'll decorate it with that little shovel and that little rake. I think that's what those are called. I am not a gardener. I used to be, but then I had kids and my husband took over the garden. So I am not a gardener anymore. But if we take our little rake, look how, oop, that's the trowel. And here's our little rake. And add those on there. Maybe like that. Okay, stick to the paper, not my thumb. There we go. And look how cute that is. And I can just write, you know, love you, Kathy. And the back of the card is still beautiful. It looks like that. You can still fold it up and put it into an envelope. And I think that my card, for me, for stamping on a whim and just flying and not having something planned, my little card turned out pretty cute. Now I'll save all these pieces, and who knows, maybe I'll make another stadium card, but I'll use those for something else. So now, are you ready to see my other samples that I have for you? I had so much fun playing with this type of card. It's kind of crazy. So this one again is the, let me make sure, Garden Meadows, right? And again, if you go to my gallery, the link is below. I'll have all the measurements and all the supplies that I used, except I'm not going to add all the Stampin' Blends I used, but I will have the dies and the designer series paper so you can see, right? And then as I show you all my other cards, let me put that so you can see it, I'll have that list on my blog too, or not blog, gallery. Okay, are you ready? I'm kind of excited. So this one, now this one's probably my least favorite, but look how cute that one is. Now what I like about this one is I use that, hold on, I have a list of all the supplies I used, so I can tell you. I used the cane weave embossing folder and embossed that instead of using the designer series paper, right? So it kind of looks like your plant is in a basket. Is that not adorable? Now you can see here how I went over the sides, but this one will fit in my card this way, so it won't bother, right? Can't go this, well, nope, can't go this way because this is too wide here, but look how cute that card is. Love that one. And this one, this die here is the Something Fancy die. So if you're looking for it, you'll find it. You just search Something Fancy on my online store, and you can find those dies too. You'll notice here I took those little dragonflies and added them as just an embellishment on there. I also took my Stampin' Right marker and just traced the edge. Can you see that of my tag? So then it just stands out a little better. So that's how I made that one there. Okay, let's keep going. This one, look how cute this one is. Now this one I used the Labeled with Love bundle. So this is a stamp set and a punch, or you can get it as a die. It does something like this, and I love that little label right there. The butterflies are adorable. This is that bow punch that I just added on there. And these, of course, are those paper butterfly accents. That's what those are called. And this is the lavender paper. I thought that one turned out really cute too. That was the first one that I made. So there we go. There's still more. This one, so I had to try to do a Christmas one. Now this one uses a new online exclusive called the Frosted Forest bundle. So it has masks with this one. So I took the trees and the masks, and then I die cut them out with the dies. This is another die that's in that set, which I absolutely love. This is a new stamp set out of the online exclusives called Greetings of the Season. Love this one. Let me show you this stamp set real quick. It has so many stamps in there for Christmas time. Look how great this stamp set is. It probably has everything that you want in there, including the insides of your card that I love. When you have to stamp something big on the inside, then I have to write a little less. Doesn't mean I don't love you when I send you your card, but like I said, I'm not a woman of I'm a woman of few words. The last thing on this card that I want to show you is there's a little bit of glimmer on my trees. Now this was an experiment, and so I'm going to play with some more with those trees and find a better way to put that glimmer on there. And I have an idea, and I'm working on that. So watch back or come back later, and I'll show you how I did that too. Now this, I laid the die onto my tag and just traced it with my marker. So that's how I got the edge of that, or that line around the greeting. Also on this card are these great big snowflake die or embellishments. Love those too. This one in the back and on the sides, I used an embossing folder again. It's called that, what's that one called? Snowflake Sky embossing folder. So that one, I thought that one turned out really cute too. Now this is a good example. This one will not fit in an envelope this way because my tree is way over the edge, but I can put it into my envelope this way and it should fit on there perfect. But yet it makes the card look a little wider when it's opening on the desk. All right, let me keep going. I have two more. So this one uses that new bundle, the Happy Pockets. I thought this is adorable. Look, and then this one, you pull out the little gift card and it has a little pocket down there. I just took one of those Something Fancy labels and attached it to the back of my gift card. So with a couple glue dots, that way they can peel off the gift card and still have that little tag in there. And then I could also just write my name on there. But with most of these cards, I did put something on the back. So you could write on the back, oops, not that one's not a good one, but you can write on the back of all the cards. Okay, look how cute that is. These little hearts are from the radiating dies. This little cupcake is also from that pocket. Now, if you missed this one in the catalog, let me show you this one too, because this one I didn't see until I saw Erica Serwin use it. And when I saw it, I thought, have to have it, because look how cute this stamp set is. It has two-step stamping. There's the graduation diploma that you can stamp the little tie in the center. The ring is adorable. Has the little gem here you can stamp in the center. The cupcake, I love the happy birthday in this one, and the little arrow so you know to pull on there so you can see what's in your little pocket. And then the dies come in three little pockets just like that. And this is the medium size one that, like I said, fits a gift card in there perfect. How cute that one is. Okay, like I said, if you want to see all the supplies that I used, you just have to go to my gallery, and I have them listed there. Now, they're not linked to my store, but then if you go to my store and search for that product, you'll find it there. Okay, last one. I don't know if this is my favorite or not, but this one's stinking cute too. So you know that little charming duck pond? Look how cute that card is. I cut these in white, and then I just colored them with my Stampin' Blends, and used the designer series paper back here as my focal point. Is that not adorable? The little pieces and parts, the little lily pads and the flowers on the lily pads, the little flowers here, all part of that stamp set. And then when I was making this card, I thought, oh, good Lord, I'll never be able to color a goose, because you can stamp them and cut them out, right? As cute as this one, but the designer series paper, the dies work with the designer series paper with this set too. The only thing, and you'll have to tell me what you think, is my frog here was a last minute decision, and he doesn't quite matchy all the colors, but I kind of like how he stands out hiding behind those, well, I call them pussy willows, but you have to let me know if you think the frog needs to be a different color or if he's cute just the way he is. Alrighty, so there's my six little stadium cards. I hope you'll try this and you'll decorate it how you do, and you share it with me. Let me know what you think. Alrighty, I'm sorry I went on and on today. I had a great time though, stamping on the fly. Hope to see you back here next Monday. If you have any questions regarding any of the product that I use, or the measurements, or how I put it together, please let me know. I'm here for you. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back next week. Bye-bye.